We are excited about the elaboration room.
I am excited about this.
Welcome to the Elaboration Room with Reverend Yo and Reverend Harris.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you once again for joining us in the Elaboration Room with two sisters of one. We are so glad that you chose once again to tune in to view us on this Monday evening, whether you're watching us on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So whatever day you're watching us, we thank you for tuning in to the Elaboration Room.
Yes.
Night. Well, first we want to laugh about
Don't do it. Let it go. Let it go.
sometimes it's just hard, you just can't. But
Let
we
it-
hope you
We
viewed.
had a good time with them.
Yes, we hope you viewed.
Hopefully
our
you
episode.
guys saw the Mother's Day episode. We had a good time with them. And it was so funny because before we started, I said to both of the mothers, I said, just relax and have fun. And they said, we're just going to answer the questions. We're not going to have anything else to say. And that wasn't true.
The before was funny.
Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. That's don't talk about that. That's the behind the scenes. Don't you dare talk about that.
We learned about some things about our mothers that just made us just sit and be like,
oh my goodness.
Wow. But it was a lovely episode with our mothers. So if you have not watched the previous episode with our mothers,
go back and watch it.
Go back and watch it because they will definitely have you laughing.
Oh, and wait a minute. Get your popcorn, get your candy, get you a soda or something because we just let them roll and they rolled. So that episode is a bit longer than any of our other episodes. But when I tell you, it is good entertainment.
It is worth the almost 30-minute watch.
Share it, call the friends over, have a watch party.
Have a movie night laugh. But it was funny to us. So we just wanted to throw that out because we love our mothers. And I don't know about Reverend T's mom, but I was actually shocked that my mom said yes. So it was
I was very excited that mine said yes. I
have them on.
I wasn't sure. But she came through right away. I didn't even have to beg.
So they must love watching the show so much. They was like, I just want to be on
I want to be a part of it.
Yes. So then I'm gonna say this and then we'll move into our show. Then they wanted to know how to address us. Well, what did you name us?
That's right. And then I laughed. Wait a minute. I laughed because my mom said, I don't know what to call you. Reverend Harris, I don't know what to call you. And so she was saying, well, Theresa. And then she became very comfortable. And I heard Terry.
It was a good show. But tonight we have something for you, and it is just the two of us. And what we're going to be talking about tonight is how to take care of your temple. So basically, we're talking about the temple that God has given us. And the scripture does remind us that we are God's temples. We're supposed to take care of these temples because God's spirit dwells in us.
Yes.
And so we cannot be just treating these temples any old kind of way. So that's where we're going tonight. This is what the Lord gave us to discuss about our temples. So that's where we're going with this show tonight. Sis, the ball is in your court.
That's right. You are so right. In our past shows, we have talked about the importance of stress management, the importance of emotional well-being and our mental states. We have even talked about, being ill and not letting it stop us moving through that physical ease part of the whole situation. But what needs to be brought to the forefront is the temple.
Yes.
The temple. This is the foundation which houses all of that, houses our mental and our emotional and our spiritual. And so we need to bring that to the forefront, to the point that we realize the effects of what we let into the doors of our body and how
Exactly.
alcohol and drug alters us.
Yes, exactly.
But there is more for many of us, and that's the foods we are consuming and how it alters our physical health as well as our mental, emotional, and spiritual well being.
Mhm.
So, on this topic, it made me remember when I was younger, and my brother and our family would be coming from Georgia and from the Carolinas, and my mother would have us deep clean the house. She would have us to the point of even washing walls. But society today has us throwing sludge and toxins down our throats daily. We are letting all kind of things into our house. We see a commercial and wait, not even a commercial, but because we are like fish on the hook for every social media influencer that is showing this product and that product, and then they declare that it's good for you,
Mm,
you know. But the thought is, we get one
mhm,
temple to take care of for oneself and the one who dwells within us,
mhm.
right? This
Yeah,
is not about getting ready for company coming over. This is about being ready every day,
every day.
making sure that our temple is ready every day. And sis, lately, I have been, don't you didn't just drop the picture. I'm talking to you. Anyway, lately I have been asking family and friends, do you read labels on the foods that you buy? And the answers I've been getting is no, I can, plain and simple no, or they say I can't take the time. Do you? Okay, now that you're back, I was asking you a question and you went click. Do you read labels on the
Yeah.
foods that you buy?
Yes, ma'am. I took a 16-week health class
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
at Kaiser,
Mm-hmm.
and that 16-week class really gave me the understanding of how to read labels to make sure I know what I'm eating, what I'm putting in my body, how much of what I'm putting in my body. So for the last 3 years, I have been reading labels, and a lot of things that I used to eat,
You
I don't.
don't.
No,
And that's
ma'am.
what reading labels will do. But I just could not believe how many people told me no, they don't read labels. Plain out, straight out, no.
Mhm.
And then some said, I can't take the time. Oh my goodness, you can't take the time. It's amazing because to me, reading labels is doing your own research.
Mhm.
Just like um, reading the Bible so that you have a relationship with God. Reading labels is so that you have a relationship with God and are honoring God within the body, which is the temple of the divine spirit. And by maintaining our health, we honor God's presence within us. So, if you are getting foods, for example, on and the label has 90% of words that you can't pronounce or you don't know what it is,
Don't need it.
you don't need it. We have been sold such a bill of goods, and it's amazing how our health is connected to the diet that we have in this country.
I think that we, instead of really researching what we're actually putting into our temples, not just God's word, not just making sure we have enough water, which some people still don't even do enough water.
Right.
We get to the point where we are so conditioned to just buying what we like instead of buying what we need. I think that's where the change comes in a lot of things that we do eat. It's just certain like cereal. My favorite cereal in ever, in ever has always been Lucky Charms.
Oh
Lucky
my goodness.
Charms. I used to eat Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops. Those were like two of my favorite cereals. And after I took that class, oh,
Uh-huh.
and even the Cheerios. But after I took that class, I don't eat any of those cereals anymore.
No, because
One
they're
is
loaded
two is
with
loaded in sugar,
loaded.
loaded. Like you basically, if you eat a bowl of Lucky Charms or a bowl of Fruit Loops, you've had your sugar intake for an entire week. You shouldn't eat any more sugar for the rest of the week.
You
Because
know,
most of the stuff we eat has natural sugars. Like I eat a lot of fruit, but
right,
even taking that class, you even have to be careful in eating a lot of fruit. You're supposed to break that fruit up with fruits and vegetables because
right.
natural sugar can be, too much for you. So I got to eat, well, I love carrots and celery and all that stuff anyway. But I learned to mix my fruits and vegetables as well. So if I have a fruit with my breakfast, then I'll make sure I have the celery or carrots or something with my lunch because you're also supposed to eat a fruit with every meal while
Yeah.
you're eating.
But you know what? It's ever since my episode, um, it's been about 2 months for me. So it's never too late to
Yeah,
go back and look at what you're doing and look at what you're putting into yourself, because I
yeah,
have been off of preservatives, period. And the main thing that I let go of was artificial sweeteners. I was already off of white sugar, but now it's artificial sweeteners. And I'm telling you, the clarity that I feel and the release from anxieties and my headaches that I would have, they're all gone. And I'm even sleeping better.
yeah,
You talked about yes, the fruits and stuff. Even when you're having fruits, it hits your body differently
mhm,
than the artificial sweeteners and white sugar. It affects us differently. So, but yes, you have to bring balance into the whole outcome of what you are eating. You can't
yeah,
just sit and have nothing but fruit.
yeah,
You have to have some vegetables. And the thing that God tells us, that God gives us everything that we need.
yeah. I think it gets to the point though that many, like I said, many are comfortable with what they eat. They're used to eating. Like for myself, I haven't eaten McDonald's in probably like 20 years. I have stopped eating McDonald's. We really don't eat fast foods out anymore. It's mainly one of us, either he or I, either one of us, we're whoever gets in this house first, we're starting dinner.
Hmm.
We have stuff prepared. We take out stuff early, or I put stuff in the slow cooker and let it cook all day, on low, or I even bought the fast cook stuff. I love the Ninja pressure cooker. I'm able to cook in one of
I love
those.
my air fryer.
I love I have the Ninja air fryer. I
Ah,
learned to cook in things, even to the point where now this girl here loves her some good fried chicken, and I will fry some good fried chicken. I even get to the point now where I only fry chicken for us maybe once every 6, 7 months. We normally do the air fry. It's just like all the grease and frying in the Crisco's and all the oils, and even when you read some of those so-called healthy oils, they're not even,
That's right.
you know,
That's right.
some of the
And that's
best
what
ones.
that was something else that I was going to say, that we will buy things because we believe that it's healthy.
Mhm,
You still have to read a label,
mhm,
because in our house, you know, keto is like the big marker, especially with my husband. And I found that every product that has the word keto plastered on there. It's not true. And
Mm,
how did I find that out? It was through reading labels.
yeah.
You go after something healthy and then you read the label and you find out that the main thing that you were looking for in that product is the last ingredient amongst 20 other ingredients. And to me, that means that they took that product and just waved it over that ingredient that you were looking for. But
Yeah.
you wouldn't know that unless you
Read the
read the labels.
Because
And
even after that class, I even stopped buying store bread. Well, my husband bought me a bread maker, and I actually start
that's
making
it.
our own bread using the whole wheat, or using the white Floyd flour, or whichever one. But I think it's called King Arthur's bread flour is one of the good bread flours because it's actually whole wheat. But and then you know what's in it because you're making your own
That's
bread
the
from
big
home.
thing is
And
knowing
so
what's in it.
what happened was when I started making the bread from home, I would read the labels on the bread, and it would crack me up because actually the best bread to buy is that Dave's bread. It's expensive, but it's called Dave something because when you read the labels on the bread, it even has a list of stuff in it, and you're like, why is all this stuff in there? When I make my bread at home, I use the simple stuff. I use the flour, I use the yeast, and I use the sugar, and I use some butter and some water. That's all I make our bread with.
Hmm.
And when you read the label, you have all this stuff on there that you can't even read. And that's just on regular bread.
And that's even with we like it's low carb tortillas. That's what I was buying before I became so label anal. I'll say it that way. So label anal. And now like tonight, I made our own tortillas because I didn't like the ingredients that I realized was in the low carb tortillas. And it's really not hard to make your own. But what really got me was even the foods you get at restaurants are suspect.
You
So
never
you
know.
need to do your research because you wouldn't eagerly let some gun-toting mask robber into your house by just opening the door for them. And that's what happens even when we go out because there's a restaurant we like to go to, and I love cauliflower rice.
Oh, it's
I
so
have
good.
gotten hooked on cauliflower
So
rice,
good.
and this place
It's so good.
serves cauliflower rice. And so now I do check the nutritional value of what restaurants are making, what they are offering. Do you know they put sugar in that cauliflower rice?
And
I was
you
shocked.
don't even need sugar in it because I buy the cauliflower myself. It's just basically cooking it and chopping it up like you would
Yes.
anything else, and you just put seasoning on it, and it's
Y-
just as good as any other thing you eat. It's all about how you season your food, and you have to be careful with seasoning all that salt too. But
And
it's
that's
all
another
about
thing, the salt.
seasoning your food.
Yes.
There's a seasoning that I got from Costco. It's called a no salt herb, and it has so many herbs in it. It tastes like you're eating, this salt stuff, but it literally has so much flavor to it you wouldn't even know. And I sprinkle stuff like that on my. I can't get the husband to eat cauliflower rice, so I make
No. Do
cauliflower
you
rice
know
for
mine
him.
won't eat
And
cauliflower rice
he
either?
still eats. He still eats. Still have to make him the long grain rice.
Well,
So
David won't eat rice at all, so
I'm just like, but and I'm like, you haven't even tried it yet. He's like, nah, just sometimes like whatever. But it's just some things that I learned in taking that class that the older we get, we have to really pay attention to what we're putting in our bodies, especially if we're not burning off the food that we was eating like we did 10, 15, 20 years ago. We're not out running around, hopping all over the place like we used to. But in these days, you can't even count that because you still have people of young age dying of heart attacks, dying of strokes,
yes.
you
And
know,
you have to
and
even it's not even a an older age
no,
thing or something like that.
no.
People shouldn't be giving their children all these sugary cereals and all of this. And then you turn around, you give it to them, and then you turn around and wonder why little Johnny has a behavior problem, you know, or what you're creating is an adult to be that's going to have issues.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that, people just don't do because of lack of knowledge, but it's also things that people buy because that's what they can afford. Because we also have to realize much of the stuff that is healthier, it is more expensive. And many people can't, buy those things because they're already trying to make, their money stretch and however it was. Because I didn't always buy health stuff for my kids. And I really didn't start really buying health stuff for myself probably till about 4 years ago. But I stopped eating at certain fast food restaurants when I would see videos and how they made their food. Like McDonald's chicken nuggets used to be my thing back in the day. I dare touch a McDonald's chicken nugget.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on them to tell me where the nugget, what part of the chicken is the
Yeah,
nugget.
the,
But do you know that they put sugar in their hamburger buns?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, they do.
Like I
They
say,
put sugar in their hamburger buns.
I haven't eaten there in so long. It only takes me to see an episode of something and I won't do it again. Like last week, I seen something about Chick-fil-A. And every now and then my husband and I, when he wants to go Chick-fil-A because he likes Chick-fil-A. So I'll go and I'll order me or whatever. I seen that episode. I sent that to him. I said I would never eat at Chick-fil-A again.
Well,
So
I don't
it
frequent
just
there, so.
makes you aware of what you're actually putting in your body. So for us, it's easier for me to come home from work and cook something or just have something in the crock pot, that's on low. And, since, he's works from home still, so it's easier just to have those things cooking, all day. And even when we both worked out of the house, I would still put our crock pot on low in the mornings when I get up, season dinner, throw it in there. And by the time we got home, dinner was ready. So I think it's more so just taking the time, one, to read the labels, like you said, two, pay attention to what you're eating. And just because it says it's low fat, non-fat, vegan, keto, and all these other things they have, you still need to read the labels because there could still be something in there that can affect your health. It can raise your blood pressure. It can do a lot of things. When I was on my women's vacation with Jesus in March, just we went out for dinner, ate at a soul food place, ate everything I normally eat, had me some catfish, had me some greens, some candy yams, some good hot water cornbread, and all of a sudden I had a serious allergic reaction of stuff I normally eat.
Hmm.
But it had to be something in the seasoning or something that just did not agree with me. And I end up, having to get medical care for that. But it's just being alert of what you eat and what people are actually putting in your food that you don't know about.
And actually, there are still grocery stores that are cost effective with going and buying fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. And they are not excessive in their price. And if you want to know the list, just send me a message, send me a chat or something, and I will tell you because I shop these grocery stores and it's not breaking the wallet.
Yeah, I like the Costco stuff myself.
The
One,
only thing with buying at Costco and buying in bulk in such a way, if you are not cooking all of those vegetables, you have a lot of waste. It'll
yeah,
go
but
bad before you can cook the whole bag.
not necessarily, because for example, when I buy like my vegetables and stuff from Costco out of the little refrigerator area, when I come home, I bring all my stuff up. I wash my stuff, I cut it up. Once it's washed and cut up, I season it. We have a seal pack. I stick up in there how much both of us are going to eat within that time, and we seal pack it and we put it in the freezer. So
Well,
stuff
see,
like
that's
that,
good. That's good
all
if you
about
have
how
a seal pack,
yes,
a
all about
vacuum
how you
sealer. We have one, but a lot of people don't have that. And I've even had the vegetables to just because we couldn't eat it fast enough. So I wasn't putting it in the freezer.
yeah, well, see, we eat vegetables in this house on every meal. We eat more vegetables than anything. My husband has been a vegetable man since I've known him. So vegetables is more of what we consume here in this house. So it's easier for me to go buy it, put stuff, wash stuff, put it away, and just pull it out the freezer or put it in the pot with the boiling water and the bags that we use. It can cook right there in the bag. So I think it's just more of so if we're looking at what we're putting into our temples, it has to be a mindset thing. It
It
has to
is
be
a
a
mindset.
change that
Yes.
you want to make, and you have to want to make that change before something happens to you. So
Thank you. That
what
is so
happened
right.
yeah,
That
what happened is when COVID hit, we were all sitting in the house. We wasn't doing nothing. We was eating this, eating that. And I started feeling like, okay, why am I always so groggy? But then I start getting up. I start going out to the tracks early in the morning, was able to walk. And then all of a sudden I went for a some blood work, the normal routine stuff we have to do. And then it was suggested to my doctor, hey, you may want to be interested in taking this 16 health week class since you're not doing as much activity as you used to do. You're now retired, you're not moving like you used to. Maybe you want to start considering this. So I took that class and I'm telling you, it literally changed my life. Oreo cookies used to be the best cookie for me ever. I will not touch an Oreo cookie after seeing what those Oreo cookies are made.
right. And that's the truth
I can't
about a
anymore.
lot. That's the truth about a lot of the foods that are out there because it seems like it's sugar and salt, salt and sugar. I cannot believe the amount of salt that is in everything.
Yeah. So my motto is if we don't buy it, we don't eat it because it's not here.
That's it. That's
We
it.
just
I
don't
quit
eat it.
buying. I
Yeah.
quit buying all of that. And so, I cook differently and if it comes in a bag or a box, I'm probably not buying it.
We just want you all to know, just to be really watchful about what you're eating, what you're putting in your temples, what makes you groggy, what makes you react, because certain foods you eat, they give signals to your body, and you have to start paying attention to those signals of how it makes you feel. Even if that means just start keeping a food diary of what you eat every day. Pay attention to what you're putting in your mouth, and then you pay attention to how your body is reacting
Yes, how
when
you're
you're eating
feeling.
certain things. Are you feeling groggy? Are you feeling
Mm-hmm.
tired? Did it give you a boost and then you drop down? Did your skin start feeling itchy? All those things, those signs are telling you the things that you're eating are not good for you. So it's really just paying attention to what you eat. That's all we're trying to tell you. We're not
Take
trying to
care
tell you
of the
how to eat or
temple.
what to do. Just take care of your temple.
Giving you something else to consider.
Definitely. So we hope you've enjoyed tonight's episode.
Oh goodness, what did you eat tonight? Because you can't talk.
I actually ate a bowl of broccoli, so that's what I ate tonight. We just really want you to really think about taking care of your temple. If
Yes.
you're young, is something you can do to give you longevity. If you're middle age, is helping you get some of that energy back, giving you a new momentum. And if you're older, it's just giving you a new spruce to keep on moving and be with us just a little bit longer, because what we eat can truly affect us. So that's all we're trying to tell you. So as we end this episode, as we always do, we want you to be brave, be strong, and be different. Asking, it will be given unto you. Seeking, you shall find. Knock, and the door shall be opened unto you. But encourage yourself, believe in yourself, and encourage yourself. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Peace and blessings, our brothers and sisters. Until next week, in the elaboration room with two sisters of one, we pray you have a very blessed evening.
Bye bye.
The Elaboration Room with two sisters of one. Make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode every Monday at 6 p.m.